We do it now. Right now. All right. Welcome everybody to the Elite iRacing Truck Series for tonight. We're at Dover Downs International Speedway. It's not actually called that anymore, but that's the classic, and I was born 20 years ago. So what it's called, Dover Downs. Here tonight at Dover, we have 100 laps, which is 100 miles, of course, being a 1-mile racetrack. Tricky racetrack. A lot of people struggle at, but I personally find it to be one of my favorite tracks. It's really a driver's racetrack. And of course, when we come to Dover, Vic, we have to talk about the exit of Turn 4. What are you looking at tonight?
You know, I think it's more than the exit of Turn 4. We're going to have to look at, in personal, like looking at practice, they were crashing off of 2 and off of 4. So I definitely do believe that those places are going to be trouble spots for the night.
Which is from Turn 4 to Turn 2, and then from Turn 2 to Turn 4.
Yeah, I mean, those straightaways they're fine.
Okay. We got what? 21 trucks, I believe?
Yeah,
20 trucks?
21.
A couple of guys just disconnected. I don't know what's going on anymore. Whatever.
I don't know. Either way, starting grid, Parker Brookfield and Chad Frankenfield starting first and second. You got Josh Banks and Yusuf Gali. The second row, Joshua Gordon, Joshua Clark. Too many Joshuas. Alex Bell, Andrew Rucker, Brian Long, and Logan Shea. You get the next bunch.
Where are we? He left. So Kyle Zimmer's going to start 11th with Liam Cullen. Good to see him back. It's been a while, Liam. Joshua Adams, another bad Q run. He's going to start in 13th. Levi Zielinski, 14th. Jesse Pierce, 15th. Rusty Capel, 16th. Jacob Plank, 17th. Connor Hale, 18th. And Logan Simmons going to round out the field in 19th spot tonight.
Yeah, we had 21 trucks sign up for this race, but yeah, only 19 are going to start. See them rounding off of turn 4 for the start here. Parker Brookfield, of course, leading them. Green flag in the air now. Took an earlier jump than I thought he would.
Jump a 9 truck, obviously, on that inside line. It's a bit OP here at Dover, but. Oh, Chad had the lift off of turn 2 when Yusuf got in the back of him just a little bit, and everybody hangs on. It's saved by the 15.
I mean, they were 3 wide for a moment down the backstretch with the 42 in the middle of the 8 and the 11. The 8 and the 11 side by side down the front stretch. 6 is going to follow the 8.
Oh, the 11's getting a little bit tight off turn 2. Joshua Clark, he's going to have to lift there outside of Andrew Rucker. He's going to lose.
Don't mind me dying over here.
Are going to go by him right now, as apparently Vic is having some issues. So we're just going to pretend like Vic doesn't exist, because he really needs him anyways. But please don't die.
I'm good. I'm good. I got it.
I'll send you some water.
Well, I was choking on water. But anyway.
Okay, well, I'll send you some milk. Yeah, Parker Brookfield as we complete lap number 3 here. These laps do quick off quickly. Quick off?
Click off, yes,
quickly.
sir. They click off.
I can English. They click off quickly here at Dover, of course, and when you're under green, just about 24-second laps. You know, a little bit of variance in that when the tires start to wear a little bit, so I think we're going to see some comers and goers. But this race, if it goes green, will take only about 40-45 minutes, Vic.
Yeah, and I mean, but I don't think. Do you think it's going to go green for 100 laps? No offense to these guys, but this is a tough track.
Yeah, I think we might have someone that's going to try to go through traffic like Levi Zielinski or Joshua Adams, end up getting into the wall or put somebody else in the wall for turn 2. Not intentional, but just, you know, hard racing as the tires wear. I think the thing that we also have to talk about, Vic, of course, with this being right after the new build, is how the track is going to change with the cloud cover. I know we talked about getting a little bit darker earlier. We might even see some sunset, but, you know, the track changes here. That's going to make it tighter, obviously, as the track cools down. Really hurts cars off of turn 2 when you get tight here at a place like Dover.
Yeah, and these guys are already getting mildly tight. I mean, I've watched them race side by side for about from 11th to 15th, and they're getting real tight off of 2 or off of 4. Sorry, it looks like they're having to let off a lot when on exit.
He's very strict.
25, I think, is damaged.
Second lap down, he's on pit road, so unfortunate early issues for Kyle Zimmer.
Yeah, it looked like he had some damage on his left rear, possibly.
We can't see we haven't seen this before, Vic, but we got the 9 of Parker Brookfield and the 36 of Joshua Banks up front with Chad Frankenfield right behind them.
Yeah, and as I'm watching the 97 passing. Oh, the 75 gets into the 88. I think he saved it.
Oh, I think they're going to save it. Yep,
Yeah,
everybody saves it. Oh, still loose for Logan.
Adam's going to lose a bunch of spots because of it. He might actually fall back to... he's not going to... Rusty Cap will probably let him in right here.
That looked like a little bit of net code. It was a little bit of a dive from Logan.
Like net code.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a dive from Logan, but a lot of net code in there to cause that contact. Unfortunate. I talked to Joshua Adams earlier this week, and he said he felt really good about all these tracks coming up, with the exception of Darlington. Of course, being just outside the points valley, he needed some good runs, but that early contact definitely isn't going to help any.
Yeah, and ooh, the 08 loose, and I think that's going to be a caution with a 50 around on the front stretch. Yeah,
all right, so there goes that. Right.
Yeah, he just got loose behind the 08, who also got loose. So watch that live as it happened. I'm not going to give you a replay of that one. No point to.
Yeah, it looks like the Logan Shea might have not been able to check up when they were getting loose and got in the back of the 50 just a little bit.
Yeah.
Which isn't too bad. A little bit of blinking for Joshua Banks there, just a little bit of blinking.
Oh, are we surprised? I mean, the man won a race by blinking.
Jeez.
Not throwing any shade. I'm just saying it happened.
Rigged.
I mean, it's pretty rigged when you can drive through people, literally, like actually drive through people. So you don't actually have to.
All right, so we did what?
Their line. Everybody is coming.
9 laps there.
9
laps about. So I think we're going to see 4 tire stops just to see what the tire wear is all around, because I think it might be too early to have to, make a 2-tire call or anything like that based on truck. I think it's too early to tell that really.
I see though. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame anybody, to be quite honest, to get maybe 2, but I think you're right. I do think that everybody's going to wonder what the tire wear is after 10 laps. I mean, a tenth of the way through, I would want to know what my tire wear was.
Better to have the 4 tires now. I mean, obviously we're still going to probably have at least one more pit stop here, so might as well be safe with it. And of course, coming off pit road 3rd is better than coming off 2nd, as we saw in that first restart. So let's see how they shake out.
Some of these guys are having 20-some-odd second pit stops.
I was going to say a long pit stop for Andrew Rucker. I was just going to give him a shout out because he actually won the K&N race last night in South Boston over Brian Long in a great side-by-side battle, so congrats to him. But he went from 6th on that first run. He's making an extended pit stop. I'm sure he got the wall at some point, just trying to fix some damage on that 6th truck.
Yeah, it's 35-second pit stop. But, I mean, right now you got, like, people with, like, Joshua Clark with 48-second pit stop. Just looking at the pit times. Nobody took 2 tires. Jesse Pierce had a 30-second flat pit stop. Everybody from 11th back had pit stops that were over 30 seconds.
I think a lot of damage there. We see Yusuf back there, Andrew Rucker, and so on. I think a lot of pit stops were made there to fix, just get in the wall early. It won't hurt you too badly, but of course you don't want to run with that damage if you get a chance to fix it so early on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would get as much fixed as I could, but that's personal preference, of course.
I don't actually know the exact fuel mileage window of a place like Dover. It's been a while since I've been here to run. 80 laps, give or take?
Give or take, it's about 80.
Say we might see someone, come in at the end of this caution to top off, but I still think that'd be a little bit outside the window, so we might not see that, but...
Yeah, I think 80 is, I know in the Xfinity car it was around 80, so I assume it's about the same in the truck.
That's correct. I guess we did about 80 laps in Be Open back in the fall here, so that's about right.
I only know that because in a hosted session that went green flag, I ran out of fuel because I thought, hey, I can make it 80 laps in. I ran out of gas trying to clutch and coast, and it was great.
mover Levi Zielinski is up from 15th all the way to 5th. Connor Hale from 19th to 7th. Logan Simmons up from 20th to 8th. So a couple of those guys with other people getting damage fixed under this caution have made some big leaps up through the field thus far.
Yeah. Everybody double filing up, getting ready for the restart.
Yeah, Frappuccino, Vic. I'm about to fall asleep. It's been a long couple days.
It has been terribly long for me the last 2 days now. Well, we're off topic of this race. I was up till about 5 this morning, and I woke up at 9. So,
Hi.
Yeah. Why?
Why?
Because I don't get to sleep until at least 2 every day. But I was in, for some reason, I had just tons of pain, and I couldn't sleep. So.
Story of my life, actually. Funny you say that. I had the same thing going on. I was just sitting there, and I was miserable, and I should have been doing homework, but you know, finals week is next week, so whatever.
I wouldn't know. I don't remember the last time I went in a school.
It's not worth it. They're scary places.
Horrible place.
Face cars, man. Fun to gas here shortly and get a big lead, because that's what Parker Brookfield does around here.
At least they're going in the restart zone, but iRacing has it. Their timing's wrong. Anyway, yeah, back to Green Flag Racing, and back of the field, I'm assuming, is they're crashing. It's Brian Long.
Big crashes in the back there.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, see what happened on the restart. I think he crashed alone, but he blinked, so wouldn't know.
Oh, there's no caution speeds here. 2 is going to have a EOL penalty here after this caution, because he did change lanes to go 3 wide before the start-finish line there. So remind me of that before we go back green.
I would remind you, but I didn't hear what you said, because I don't listen half the time anyway.
Ooh.
Whoops.
He might make pit stops here. I wouldn't think so, but you know, you never really know.
If you're on the back, you might as well. YOLO. If it was Josh Clark making a pit stop, that was supposed to remind you, like, yeah.
42 truck that needs that EOL. 2 had a lane change on that restart off turn 4. Going to be a little bit upset about that one, but it was pretty much clear as day from my view that he turned left and made 3 wide down before start finish line. So of course that is a EOL penalty. Would have been a stop and go, so he's actually probably lucky with that, but we had the caution right away. So
this is true. This is very true.
Yeah, so lucky break. You only lose a couple spots, get to reset, you know. So 20 laps into this thing, man. They should have made this 300 laps, Vic.
I definitely wouldn't be game for that.
Just quit halfway. Ask somebody else to take over.
I wouldn't even quit it halfway. I wouldn't even do it to start with.
Be like, well, we were here.
Yeah, I would be like, I'm just gonna drive then.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh crap. That's not what I want to do. Rip me. Oh, I am going to have a Frappuccino, Vic, while we're under caution, because otherwise I might fall asleep mid-broadcast.
Well, that would be very entertaining, but you enjoy your Frappuccino.
I'm not an entertaining sleeper. I'm not even that entertaining when I'm awake. What are you talking about? Speaking of coffee, when are we going to get McDonald's, man?
Oh, considering I don't eat McDonald's, you can get McDonald's whenever you want.
I don't eat McDonald's either, but I just figured that'd be a good place for 2 people with no money to go.
It's true. It's true. I don't remember the last time I ate fast food.
Somewhere else, we'll go to Perkins and get some waffles.
Yeah.
The drive up to northern Wisconsin up in the 715.
You would have. Okay, first off, like I looked it up yesterday. It's like 3 hours. Drive.
Yeah, I got time. It's fine. What I'm gonna do though is bring some stilt shoes so I can shake your hand like with the correct height.
I'm not that
shaking
tall.
hands.
Come on, pal.
You're like 6'12".
I'm only 6'5". Well, 6'12" would be 7 feet.
I'm only 6'1", so
I'm not that much taller then.
it's a lot, man. That's the
And
difference
it's not like
between
it's not like you would see half of my face anyway, because like when I meet people for the first time, I'm always wearing something over my face. So, I mean, like meeting me would be very awkward if we're completely
gonna go
honest.
find a bank robbing. So sorry, Chad, if we don't come back and broadcast next week, it's because we got hauled off to jail in some part of northern Wisconsin.
I've been lucky enough to like have everybody in this town know that that's me. Like I do that, so like I'm actually allowed in government facilities with one on. Because it's not a habit. It's weird. It's one of those things. Like, so I don't think about it. Like other people think about it more than I do. I don't know. Brian Long had a 96-second pit stop under this caution.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go find him in the thing next caution, ask him about that 96-second pit stop, because that's impressive time. That's like a whole like 3 laps.
So he's only 1 lap down.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna talk to him.
96-second pit stop though. Oh shoot. Either way, they're getting ready to go green flag racing again.
At least we have fun. They can't say we don't have fun here.
Right. That's the thing. That's what this is mostly about, is having fun.
I mean,
you can't be too serious.
We got some guy named Jim that I've never heard of. No offense, Jim. So we have a good time.
Yeah.
There we go. There he goes again.
There they go. The green flag, and I mean, side by side, obviously, off the start for most of the field.
Yes.
I mean, I would hope that they start side by side, but I mean, there is leagues that run single file restarts in NASCAR cars. It's entertaining. I'll give it that. It definitely creates an interesting strategy.
Are you reading the YouTube chat?
Yes, I've just been disregarding it because like I don't know these 3 guys, and I don't want to say anything about it. Yes.
I'm just reading. I'm like, that is not good English, but whatever. Anyways, actually, Parker didn't get that far away on that restart. He's only about 4 truck lengths up from Joshua Banks, and Chad was around top.
I mean, there's the same gap between first and second and third currently.
Good restarts for those guys. Though that time, the first couple of Parker drove away like almost a full second right initially, and they did a better job being ready that time. I guess maybe it was like Chad was talking about with the maintaining pace car speed. So I guess we will never know until we talk to somebody. But
it's true. I know, like you said, the one person we want to talk to is Brian Long. We want to find out about that 96-second pit stop.
I want to hear what it was in his mind, if he was just like, screw being laps down, like full send.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Just made a couple of great passes right there for 14th on Liam Cullen and Rusty Capel. I tell you what, though, this top 5 is actually very put together. I'm looking at Joshua Gordon in the 8 truck. We have not seen him in a couple of weeks. I remember he had a pretty good run at Daytona. Saw him a couple weeks ago, though. He's running up in 5th spot right now. So good to see him up on the top of Levi and Chad and those guys that are normally up front.
Yeah, I think Joshua Gordon, Joshua Gordon, good English. Joshua Gordon, I don't know if he's made every race, but if he has, impressive, because, like, 1, that's awesome, and 2, because he's a sleeper.
Yeah. Tell you what, though, Banksy is caught up to Parker Brookfield. We have not seen this in the last 3 weeks, both at Richmond and last week at Martinsville. What we have seen, though, was that blinking. We have seen that many a time.
Yeah, we've seen it about every week.
Go up and pass Parker Brookfield in these last 2 weeks, so we'll see if, as we get a little bit of a run going here, if Josh can make something happen. I'm trying to think of where he can make this pass. On fresh tires, it's very difficult to run a different line because, there's one line that's fast. But if the tires wear, maybe moving up a lane, taking a later apex, something like that, try to find some time.
Or you can move them.
Or you could just move them, yeah. I mean, this is Dover. We've seen it before. Full send. Chad would benefit, of course, because Chad always benefits here at Dover. So, full send.
Yeah, like last season, Chad won this race because the 2 leaders took each other out. I should have taken him out, but...
Yeah, I was gonna say
I had too much respect.
You had a chance to kill him too, and then Vic Bloom.
I let off. I didn't full send it into his bumper.
You lead iRacing winner, but nope.
I don't think I'll ever win a race in this league, honestly.
Just gonna do whatever I can. I'm gonna rig it, whatever I gotta do. Actually, Banksy got a really big run right there. He's gonna look to the inside into turn 1 on the 9 truck. gonna be tough to get off of 2 down there. He's gonna get pinched.
We go side by side
They're
down
gonna be
the
tight.
backstretch.
I think they're gonna make it. If he can hold him out into turn 3, he might be able to do it.
I mean, these are the elite of elite.
End up just a little bit. Parker's gonna pinch. This is gonna be scary off of 4, but they're both gonna make it for the time being. Dead even at the line. Banksy's just gonna have the advantage, and Parker's gonna let him go on the entry at turn 1.
It's impressive.
Bit of a crossover. Nope, not quite gonna be able to get there this time. Good move, new leader in that 36 truck.
Yes, sir.
Great move. I gotta say, just a little bit of a wiggle off of turn 4 there for the 9 truck, and Banksy was right there to pounce, and good timing for a caution.
It's Rucker.
In Rucker.
I saw his speed go down, and I was like, yep. And I think it's going to be a single truck spin. Yeah, he pounded the wall and then pounded the inside wall. Surprisingly, everybody missed him.
Yeah. Could be really mean in one of these races, just change the restarts to single file and see if anybody notices.
Well, everybody gets a notification.
I know, but we could just like do it and like see if anybody like was upset. Just,
oh
yeah.
I think people would be upset. I think that Chad might have an issue with it, to be honest.
I don't know until we try it. I mean, we're admins. We can do whatever we want, right?
We should do a bunch of races where we try shit like that. I mean, stuff like that.
we should just like have a random draw of who gets to start first every restart.
Dude, heck yeah, I'm down with that. But that's totally chill by me.
Every restart within the first 50% of the race, we get to just randomly draw a restart order.
Heck yeah. That would be very complicated, but heck yeah. Or every what you could do, you throw a caution every like 10% of the race, throw a caution and the leader gets an EOL.
Oh dude, that'd be terrible. Like the Glen, when the whole thing is like 40 laps and they have a freaking caution every 4 laps, that'd be terrible.
That's great. It's fine. It's fine.
He's gonna lose the lead, almost loses second and third. Maintains it though. All right, I'm gonna go find Brian Long. So I'm really freaking curious about this 96-second pit stop.
Oh no.
And Long, Justin Krasniewski up in the booth. You got me.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, you're a lap down right now, but we were just curious up here. You were clocked on that last pit stop, the last caution, at 96 seconds on pit road. You want to tell us a little bit about what you were doing down there for freaking like 10 years?
Restart there. We had an incident apparently. I think 6 missed a shift or something and got sideways, got in the wall, and then I clipped him with my right front and it punctured the radiator basically, I think.
Oh, so you were just fixing damage for 96 seconds?
Oh, I still got us another 7 minutes.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, we were just curious about your setting the record for the year as far as damage taken, but credit to you for not giving up on it. So wish you the best of luck, man, and good luck trying to get that fixed the rest of the race.
All right, thank you, sir.
That's pretty much what I figured we'd get, but still.
No, I definitely didn't expect anything else, but it's still funny.
Still got another 7 minutes.
Only 7 minutes.
It's fine.
I mean, his last pit stop was 41 and a half.
Or you at Talladega last year, and then you had like 38 minutes.
Oh, Lord. Talladega's a mess.
Oh, God. Frappuccinos, man. I'm one of those people that is like behind on the trends, Vic. I mean, I might seem like a cool guy, but I'm a scrub, right? So, I mean, like, everybody's been drinking Frappuccinos for years, and like, I didn't have Taco Bell till I was 18.
Oh my gosh, stuff, right? What a disappointment. I'm actually, like, that shakes me.
I'm behind on everything, right? I didn't have Qdoba or Chipotle until, like, literally last year.
I've never had either one of those, so.
Whatever. I mean, I didn't have Starbucks until last year. Like,
I don't like coffee.
It was all of a sudden, like, I am so behind on this tray. Is like, I'm going to start using, like, smart TVs in, like, 2032.
2032, there it is.
It's upgrading my PC after 6 years.
Look, my TV technically is a smart TV, right? I don't use it as that.
I guess I also don't watch TV. I do this.
Same. Like honestly, I'll watch maybe an hour of actual television. Otherwise, it's YouTube.
You know what I watch? I watch NASCAR if they're at a track that's not boring, and I watch the Golden State Warriors, and that's all I watch on TV.
Well, Brian Long wasn't kidding about 7 minutes of damage. The last pit stop, guess how long? Just take a guess. I'll give you a hint. It's over 100 seconds.
305 seconds.
132 and a half.
Okay, so he definitely wins for pit stop. You know,
Yes,
like
longest pit stops of the season, Brian Long, Dover. Make
awards,
that an award, Chad. Make that an award. Do it.
$10 payout, Chad. Gotta need people that are
$10
committed.
payout. I think that's a bit excessive. $10 for that. We ought to have an award banquet. Except there's not a banquet because nobody should be eating on while they're on Discord.
Another good restart for Parker Brookfield here. 75, split his tires a little bit back about row 4.
He blinked.
I was going to say that Banksy did all that hard work to get the lead, and now he's going to have to get it all back after a little bit of a slow pit stop. I think Chad's not going to give it to him, but I think Banksy might be able to clear him in the 3, maybe? Yeah, just barely.
Banksy
Yep, he's going to
him.
make Chad lap for him. Parker's going to get away again here as we go past the 1/3 mark.
You see Alex Bell making a pass on Jesse Pierce. For
Alex
10th.
W. Bell, my man. Oh, what else is going on through the field here? Jacob Plank is up in 7th spot. Good run for him thus far.
I mean, in the
Early on, he's
back,
battling
Connor
with
Hale was
Simmons.
having a good battle. Let me try this again. Connor Hale was having a good battle with Liam Cullen, Liam Cullen. And now Josh Clark's having that same battle.
I was going to say a lot of good battles back with. See, and Yusuf back about.
Sorry, go on. I'm
Just-
just going to let you go on. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I was going to say, so go on.
We're just winging it at this point. What else is new? I can only say that so many times.
Well, that's what every week is. We're just winging it. I ought to just make something for the screen that says just don't mind the commentary. We're just winging it. This is so true every week. I promise. Next season will be better. I promise.
Here, because I love racing, not because I actually know anything about it. Oh, someone's hard on the fence.
It's Logan.
It was Logan, yeah.
I only know this because I saw him come to a dead stop.
It was a
Timing
weird
and
place for
scoring.
that to
Yeah, he backed into the 08 on accident, I think. And looks like the 88 got to him and just took him around.
Oh, yeah, Brian Long just got killed in that.
Yeah, I think he backed up and just didn't. Yep.
He just didn't check his relative, I guess. Unfortunate for Brian Long. I know he had some damage, obviously, but still sucks when you're just trying to ride around.
300 plus
finish the
second pit
race.
stop currently ongoing for Brian Long.
Yeah, we're going to have a 1 million second pit stop right there. But yeah, it looks like the 75 just might have turned across the 88 just a little bit, unfortunately.
Yeah, but didn't the 75 get into the 88 earlier via netcode?
That was earlier. I'm pretty sure Adams wasn't looking to do him any favors and lift for him, but, you know.
Also, new leader, the Speed Energy 97 truck.
I guess we'll see if tires are worth anything, because this is going to be the factor. We only did, what, about 5-6 laps right there, but when you're all alone on an island on old tires, it seems like, you know, you could do 1 lap and you're still pretty much out to lunch at that point.
Yeah, all by himself out there is Levi Zelensky.
Although he's pretty good here, obviously. We saw
I was
last
just
year
gonna
that
say.
he was fast, yeah, but I mean, you know, the track position's one thing, but I mean, with a truck as fast as like Parker's got and Josh has got and Chad's got, you know, sometimes, you know, the track position is only worth so much if you're just going to get, you know, overrun by faster trucks sometimes.
Yeah, and as we see,
I
you
have
know,
faith
Parker
in him.
Brookfield still win the race off pit road, so
I have faith in them.
I have faith in Levi.
I have faith in some death. I mean, that's the only thing that's certain here.
Maybe. You know what Levi ought to do is change that pink to orange because it's not October anymore.
Sure it is.
Huh?
Purple.
It's not purple, it's pink.
You can make it purple because cystic fibrosis is the most important disease in the whole world, and I'm not biased at all.
I don't know about that, man.
Oh yeah, I'm certain. Everybody that suffers from
I do
cystic
know it's
fibrosis.
deadly, so I'll give you that.
Oh, it's the most important disease in the world. I mean, like, everything else is not important.
Yeah, Brian Long currently on a 425 second pit stop.
Well, then he's probably going to have some damage because he blew up and had the toe and...
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm not even going to worry his time anymore. It's just, good lord.
He's probably a little bit upset with Logan, so let's not talk to him right now because he's
Yeah,
probably a
I
little
know. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. It'd be entertaining, but it's probably not a great idea.
Yeah, I know Brian. I know he's, he's not really mad probably about, this because it happens. But I mean, he's probably just upset that, Logan really obviously didn't just check what was coming on and just backed up without paying attention and obviously killed Brian basically. So,
Well, Logan's also on pit road taking some damage repair, I assume. So.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like I said, I just hope there's a bunch of cautions and this ends under nighttime. That's all I want. It's not going to happen. It's not realistic, but a guy can wish, okay?
It's almost 4:40 in the afternoon, iRacing. So we need quite a long race here for that to happen. But
what if it was real time?
That'd be amazing.
What if it was like 7 something at night? Because this track to the East Coast. So.
I hate to do a plug for myself, Vic, but Fun Truck Super Series is doing that.
Doing real times? I'm down with that, dude.
Real time, and we are running the Roval at night.
I'm down with that. Well, there's lights, and they work. No, what we ought to do is we ought to do a commercial for Fun Truck Super Series.
We should do a commercial. Unfortunately, I am talentless.
Well, I can do a half decent one. It would be very put together, but and like the transitions would not be smooth, but that's not the point. Anyway.
We don't really have anything else going on. Anyways, we're getting the restart here. We're almost halfway already. It's been a pretty quick race so far, just about half an hour.
Levi Zelensky picked the top side with his teammate behind him.
I think that's a good call.
Good or bad thing? Good or bad thing? That's like real
I think
question.
It's a good call. I think that the top lane is going to be a little bit better at launch. He's not going to have to worry about if Parker gets a good restart getting pinched or anything like that.
Yeah, but is that a good thing for his teammate if he does have like wheel spin or something?
No, I think they're probably going to work something out at the time when they're going to go and get some protection. That'd be my guess. Yep, there it is. Hang on the outside of Parker, he'll be okay, but otherwise he's just going to get sacked.
Yeah, I don't believe these guys actually the Rebel guys talk to each other during the race.
Well, they should.
They should. Like any good teammate. Not knocking their team, but.
Well, big cluster back at about Joshua Adams, Yusuf Ghali. Everybody's going to sort out into turn 3. 97 looks like he's in trouble. I mean, even though it's just a couple laps, the 9 is all over him already. So much better grip.
That's exactly how it looks. Looking at timing, yeah, not that far off time-wise, as far as like lap time goes. So.
Block there from Levi. Interesting. I'm not sure I'd block the bottom into turn 3 because you're just going to get tight off of turn 4 anyways. I think. But actually,
well, I think you block the bottom solely because it's harder to make a pass on the top side.
The old tires, I guess I'd rather be the one that's pinching rather than having to be pinched sometimes. But it worked out because now he's got the 36 trying to attack the 9 again. Dive on the entry from the 36. It looks like he's not going to be able to carry that off the corner. Maybe. Parker got a little bit tight. Parker's up in the fence there off of turn 4.
That's
Try
how
to
it
pinch
looks.
Chad. He's going to have
he
his
tried to
nose in
pinch
there.
Chad, but it didn't help on corner entry. And he didn't do himself any favors. But he's going to clear him, yeah.
Side of that truck is we've seen Parker Brookfield almost invincible these last 2 weeks, even through a couple of EOLs, bad qualifying runs last week at Martinsville. Won both races at Richmond and Martinsville, so that damage, I mean, that could be a game changer for somebody else to finally put a nail in him.
It is how it looks. I think anybody's side by side right now. Alex Bell's all over the back end of Logan Shea, as well as Joshua Banks on the back end of Levi.
It's turn to try to find a way around it. They gotta hurry though if they're gonna do this, because about 3-4 laps from now, I'd say the tires are gonna wear out enough to make it somewhat even. Obviously, they're still gonna have fresher tires, but it's not gonna be so OP for the new guys on fresh tires where they can just drive by. They gotta make this happen in the next 2 or 3 laps.
That's how it's starting to look.
So good pit call. Great strategy from the 97. He had to fight off that initial wave, but obviously on these mile and one less tracks, Levi knows what he's doing. I say that, and Banks is going to take a look at him here. So whatever I say doesn't happen. So I'm just going to say that Frappuccinos are going extinct. Oh, almost a little bit of contact there between 36 and Levi. Great save by Levi, but he's going to lose basically 4 spots here, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's starting to look. And you got Josh Banks going to blink for a second. Side by side of the 15 and the 97.
I think Chad's going to be able to complete the pass down here on the inside of turn 1 if he can just get it straightened up here off of turn 2.
It'd
Yeah.
almost be smart for Levi. There, he'll just slot in there.
Good call.
Yusuf Gali loose off the corner. He saves it though.
Great save by Yusuf there.
Yeah,
That could have been really
lose a bunch of
a couple trucks.
I think he lost like 3 positions in that.
Still, great save though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he was just running.
I watched it in the background. I was like, oh.
Jesse got in the wall there.
So that's what's nice about these guys having nice, colorful trucks. They're easy to tell apart.
Don't make it like SWA last year where we all had the same freaking scheme for the whole year.
I mean, I'm fine with that if there's like different colors, but
Right.
if it's the same, it's kind of, it gets to the point of not being able to tell
Brian
without looking.
and, yeah, Brian and Adam and I ran 1, 2, 3 and we all did basically the exact same scheme, but
I recall that. I remember.
let's see again. To the inside down to turn 3. Let's see if he makes that move. He's got the nose under him. It's tough to make that pass we just talked about on the bottom side, but if he can hold him out in the turn 3, he might be able to do it. Or he's going to get
still be
tight.
side by side. I mean, he's not going to clear him completely. Yes, he is.
Oh yeah, good drive off there. Good job by Banksy actually protecting that. The 9 truck is looks like every time he's getting a little bit of a run, but can't really go anywhere yet. So that's the question.
All over the rear bumper in the most literal form. He's on his rear bumper. There's probably some 0x contacts right there.
Yeah, I hope he's going to take another shot at him. Do we see him use the bumper here? You think it's too early? We talked about this last week.
It's halfway. I don't think it's too early to use your bumper ever.
Okay, fair enough. You and I are probably not the best people to ask that question, but you know.
No, we're definitely not. We're not the right people to ask for sure.
Justin, are you ready to use your bumper at Michigan? Yeah.
It's true.
But strung out right now, all the way back through about Yusuf Gali and where is he? About 11th spot right there. Got a pack of what, 8 trucks here, and then Jesse's back in 9th. Yeah, 8 trucks have pretty much separated, but they're all racing in a line. I say that here comes the 9. I gotta say everything, and then the opposite happens. He's gonna clear him to the center. Good job from Brookfield. Big crossover.
Oh.
Banksy.
Yeah, Banksy about spun him off of 4.
Yeah, they're going at it hard, and Chad's just sitting there like, this is like very familiar.
Shots, man.
Ooh. Gonna look on Banksy. Not gonna be able to do it there.
The 8 was looking on the 97, but that's not gonna happen either.
Guys are in one big pack right here. These first 8 trucks are basically in a line.
Yeah, and then the 9th place truck, Jesse Pierce, is like 2 seconds back from them.
He's all by himself.
Yeah, so he got a second behind him. Yeah.
Another big run. Logan Shea's going around the outside of the 88 truck. We haven't said that very much about Josh Adams in this time here at Elite, so good move by Logan Shea to get that move done off turn 2. Still trying to clear him.
Can he complete it? That's the real question. It looks like maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think off turn 4.
And Bell's going to follow suit, I think. I almost called him Banks, but I caught myself.
Bell, Banks, all the same.
Yeah.
Although if you ever, having met both of them, there goes Adams. Oh,
yeah,
caution's
out. Just watch him go around. I mean, he's definitely not going to be happy about that.
I think he just got loose. I'm not sure if there was contact.
It did look like he just got loose. I mean, let me take a look back and see. I don't think there was any contact. Maybe a slight touch, but
I think the 88 was already loose off the transition on the bottom, and then if he did slide up and get contact, it was sliding across the 50 truck, I believe.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that was in anything intentional.
Yeah, I don't think he got turned or anything like that. And obviously from everybody, because they did more than 10 laps right there, and we saw that Rowdy lost the lead pretty quickly as soon as those guys formed up. So everybody's going to get 4 tires.
Yeah, I mean, his lap times just weren't too far off of what they were running with new tires, though, so.
While you're there, you might as well get 4.
Yeah, well, we're speaking about long pit stops. Logan Simmons is currently on a 500-plus second pit stop. I think his night's done.
I mean, we could always ask him.
Could. Pull him in here. Let's do it. Man, it's under caution. Do that, or we're going to talk about something that makes no sense to talk about.
You get the snow?
Yeah, the snow there, bud. He's in interview.
You want snow? I can't wait till we get like rain and then they come out with a snowball derby and we run the snow. That'd be amazing. Oh man, I can English. Off topic.
Pull him in.
All right.
Pull him in.
Logan Simmons, Justin Krasniewski, you got me up in the booth.
Oh yeah, buddy, I got you real good.
So let's talk about the 500 plus, or you're on a 600 plus second pit stop right now. Let's talk about that.
Just fed up. I mean, the beginning wreck with the crybaby was an accident, and then he comes back in there and wrecks me.
It looked like net code from our end. You didn't actually touch him, so.
On the first wreck or the second wreck?
The first one, when you spun him.
The second one,
it did look like possibly, and I hate to do this to you, but it did look like you possibly turned down a little bit. So.
I don't know. It seemed too convenient that it was right there, and I felt like I held my line. I don't know. I know he's a crybaby. He's been ever since he joined the league, so he wrecks people to win races. I've seen it, so I don't expect nothing else out of him.
Fair enough. So your night done then?
Yeah, no, my night's done.
Car dead.
Yeah.
It means we get the eternal pit stop.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yep, it's gonna last forever. Now it was fun. I carved the back of the field up pretty well. It was fun back there. Went from 20th to like 12th in 5 laps. I was so happy when I seen that. I'm like, okay, feel like I got a chance today. Only reason I didn't qualify is when I was in qualifying, my wheel and my sound screwed up, so I had to reset iRacing.
Gotta love it.
Anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all you can ask for. I mean, I know that there's been some hard feelings with some people, and you know, obviously at Dover you sometimes see those racing incidents, but you know, we'll see you next week.
Oh yeah.
Open. Hopefully we're interviewing you because you finished like second.
Yeah.
Like second.
I know. I'm tired. Of this,
Hopefully it's only second.
I swear I'm tired of this. Like every time I have a good car, or a car feels good underneath me, or it's a track I like.
It's a truck.
Son of a bitch, it don't matter.
You're driving a truck. I hate to break it to
you. You know what? You can kiss my white ass.
Okay. Thanks for allowing us to interview you. You can leave now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God damn it.
We're just throwing this out the way. There's nothing wrong.
We might be the only iRacing broadcast channel that allows cussing openly. We might actually be the only people.
I understand it though. I mean, it gives it a little bit of flavor. I mean, I wouldn't want anybody to cover up how they're feeling. If they're upset, they should convey that they're upset.
Spicy. I was anticipating you taking that interview, so I didn't have to, but apparently. Oh, Lord. Either way, we're getting ready to go green flag again. Oh, shit. Green flag, gonna be back out.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Parker's going to come right back. Oh, almost contact with Logan Shea and Alex Bell back there. About the 6th spot. Everybody makes it. It's amazing me, Vic, how quick they get single file. It's like that, you know, for whatever reason off turn 2, they just can't run double file. Everybody tries to single out immediately.
It's because progressive banking.
It's rigged. I mean, that's stuff for people that don't know how to run too wide.
Well, it also gets really loose off.
So.
I think we have we have 14 trucks left in this after starting with 19.
That's true. It's not a very good night. We still got a third of the race left.
Oh yeah.
I thought about taking a look on Levi there. Couldn't do it. I tell you, the 9 and the 36 I think are so evenly matched. At any given time, they're on top of each other. It's kind of fun to watch, actually. I mean, I know we don't really see a lot of passing, but.
Yeah, I was actually watching, just momentarily, I was watching the battle for 12th and 13th with Jesse Pierce and Liam Cullen. Jesse Pierce is going to drive away from Liam. Kappel's going to probably pass Liam as well, but yeah, as you're saying, the 36 and the 9, very, very even.
be who's gonna win the race. Oh, almost put a bumper to him there, Parker. We can't say enough, Victor. That is inches from the 36 truck's bumper. Thought better of it that time.
I thought for a moment he was just gonna go to the inside and be like, yeah, thanks, bye.
You just send it. Come on, this is like Martinsville. I mean, same shape.
It's a, well, I wouldn't say. I mean, you know what? It's an oval.
Oval.
Yeah. It took me a second to realize what you were meaning. I was like, it's not a short track, Justin.
Good run off of 4 for Chad there. He's gonna look on the 97 truck of Levi. Just gonna get the door. Hold it off the turn 2, I think it'll be okay. I think if you can hold the guy out into turn 3, you'll be okay. It's just about holding them out and then making your corner, obviously. But I think if you can do it down into turn 3, you'll be okay. Just gonna not quite be able to clear him. Chad got a little bit tight. I think he was a little bit too low down there. And in 4th spot. Gordon, like we talked about, hanging back in 5th, just kind of watching all this. Good run for him tonight, not doing anything silly thus far. He's still got plenty of time to make something happen. Just watch and see what he can learn.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Parker right now is probably, actually looking at lap time wise, is the quickest truck on track, but...
There he goes.
Yeah,
is he going to try this time? He is.
It's not that much quicker than Josh Adams. Oh, Josh Banks, sorry. Not Josh Adams.
Come here, Josh. We should set a limit on like 2 or 3.
She set a limit on 1 per week. Lord, man. It's too
Side.
much.
Well, big run off the top. 9 truck's going to get a little bit tight. Where's Levi go? Where's Chad go? I was going to go top. Parker had to settle back in line.
I vote we change the league name to Joshua Racing
Trucksters.
League. Yeah, Joshua Racing
Series
League.
where we let everybody grow.
Have everybody's first name changed to Joshua, even if their first name isn't Joshua.
Joshua Brookfield, Joshua Frankenfield, Joshua Bloom, Joshua Krasneski.
Joshua W. Bell. Oh, Lord. That'd be entertaining.
It was Chris, right, that said that we should get together and broadcast these live, like with FaceTime.
Yeah, he did. He did. And here's my thing. First off, like I said, I think we talked about that in private. I don't think we talked about that in broadcast. But like I said then, I'm more comfortable behind a camera than I'm in front of it.
I don't care either way, but I'm not driving 2 hours every Monday to see you. No offense.
3, pal.
Okay, 3. Thanks, he blinked out right when the 9 was on top of him. That was almost a mess. Chad still enjoying this thoroughly. A good run though. Logan Shea has gotten by Josh Gordon there for 5th spot. We haven't called Logan Shea's name in a couple of weeks, but he's running solid up in top 5s. We have more depth.
Yeah, I watched that happen on timing and scoring.
Maybe? No, it wasn't Rusty.
It was the 98.
Hunter Hale, we have not seen him here
All
before.
by himself. Oh. As Yusuf Galley in the chat says, awful. I agree. Our commentary is atrocious, man. So bad. Who the hell hired us?
Hey, but at least we come every week and we're renewed for consecutive seasons.
Yeah,
and
I mean, that's a first. All types of records being set.
Don't suck as drivers. Those are all things we have going for
us.
us.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You're driving part-time next season.
It's
gonna be so horrible because I'm gonna be like, okay, well, I'm not gonna focus on any battle for first because there isn't one.
There will be.
Oh, bullshit.
What? Maybe I'll just start in the back every time. Do the freaking
Oh
Michael
my
Guest
God,
challenge
you're gonna
every
be up
week.
there in 10 laps. Doesn't matter.
20-lap race for the road course.
You'll be up there in a few laps. Doesn't matter.
We'll wait and see.
My money is on this. Okay, within the first 10th of a race, you're gonna be up at the front. I've never seen a race you're not competitive in. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. I'm just glad. Thanks, Jesse. I appreciate you taking good care of my number, but I can't wait to have it back. Stop for the 97 guys. I think a couple of 2-tire stops right there. Maybe by the 11 truck?
Yeah. It looks like, 10 seconds flat by the 11.
Interesting. not sure about that one. We only did about 10 or 12 laps right there, but I think the 9 might have been speeding. Field was speeding on pit road from the lead. Wow. To the back goes the dominant truck, or I should say one of the 2 dominant trucks of the day, and we're going to have the 11 truck on 2 tires all front, so big shakeup here. Actually, they're teammates, are they not? The 11 and the 9?
No, maybe? I don't know, man.
I thought it was him. I thought it was the 11.
I don't know. Dude, it's easier when they're driving the same truck to know if they're teammates.
Yeah, I thought they were. I thought there was the 2 guys that had the...
Was it? I thought it was somebody else.
What was it?
Man.
Can't clear
Yeah,
the
no,
jet.
no, it is. I think it is Brookfield and Clark, if I'm not mistaken. Just thinking about it, yes.
Yeah, I think the 9 truck was speeding.
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, he has 25 laps left of this, so to get up there. Well,
I think
like 23 or
you know,
something.
well, with how talented he is, I know that he can drive up through the field. So I think he can still.
You're cutting out really bad. It's either my internet or yours.
Probably mine, knowing me. I was just saying that you know, with the talent that Parker obviously has, I think he can drive up to the top 5. But you know, with those front guys getting away, this being a hard track to pass, I think you know, unless he gets a yellow at the right time, he's going to be you know hard pressed to run better than about 5th or 4th.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But he is 20 some odd laps of this, so I mean, he could still have a chance to win. Parker.
Grant Brookfield in the chat was like, Justin, would you rather have all your shirts be 1 size too small or 2 sizes too big? All right, so Vic and I are both not very big guys. I'm 6 foot, 185, so I would rather have all my shirts be 2 sizes too big and just look like I'm wearing a sweatshirt everywhere. Otherwise, if they're a size too small, I would look like I was wearing like a bra, which would be really weird. So we're not going to do that.
Yeah, I agree with your statement. I would rather be the bigger shirt, to be honest.
I'm going to go with the triple XL on me. Apparently Yusuf Alt-F Ford. I don't know if that was some kind of mistake or what, but...
Oh, I mean, I'm sure he's fed up.
See him getting a crash or anything like that, so I don't know what happened.
Well, Brian Long, I think he's back on the racetrack right now, isn't he? No, he's
I have no idea.
He's in his pit stall with a 1,000+ second pit stop.
That's goals, right? If you are looking for a man that loves his pit boxes, look at Brian Long. Look no further.
Yeah. Maybe a pit box company should. Jesus, the 11 goes early.
If it works out, it's going to be a lane change.
For the 11 up front?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Drive through on the 11 for a lane change. That's unfortunate with a 2-tire call, and he hasn't lit a Audi, so he might not know what the rule is, but we do have a rule about lane changing, so he's going to have to make a drive-through penalty here.
Oh, maybe not. The 36 is sideways. Caution's out. It'll just be an EOL then. Clear his flag and give him an EOL after the pit stop or whatever. No, it's not ridiculous. It prevents having somebody block the top side if somebody has a run. Parker got sent to the back because of he sped in pit lane.
Yeah. It'll be an EOL penalty now because we got the yellow, so it'll just be an EOL after everybody's pitted. Stuff happened right there.
A lot of stuff.
Alright, so now that we got all that figured out.
Yeah, but it would be just as absurd in real life. You're not allowed to do that in real life either.
Yeah. Oh, Grant asked why Parker got sent to the back. I think he was speeding on pit road. Yeah, Jim, the rule about lane changes isn't, you know, whether or not there was a challenge for the lead. It's just to maintain. It's a, you know, it's a courtesy thing more than a actual challenging for the lead. Even if you're clear by that much, you have to leave a lane out there for someone to potentially go around or something like that. It's just a rule that we have in place. Pretty common rule on iRacing as far as the lane change goes. So that's why he gets the EOL for that, I guess, since the caution came out.
I mean, caution saved him, though. For sure. I mean, he'll definitely enjoy that caution rather than having to take that drive-through onto green.
And I mean, the tail end right now is only 10th spot, so, you know, not the worst penalty in the world. I know the two-tire call, he was trying to lead the thing, but, you know, sometimes it doesn't work out like that.
It's not entirely the truth, Jim, as far as real life goes. It's not. They have to maintain a lane.
You can't change lanes in real life either. You know, even if you get... It
doesn't matter how good of a jump you get. If you don't maintain your lane, they will black flag you. We've seen it happen in the past.
Kyle Larson and, what's his face? Chase Elliott were dominating on...
Yep.
You know, I think...
Yeah.
We see it in real life, so same thing is mimicked here, even if there's no challenge for the lead.
It's okay. It's like he said, it's only 10th place as far as how far he's falling back, so it's not that big of a deal.
And I mean, look at it this way: he'll never do it again now that he knows that that's what happens. He'll never ever do that again.
Exactly. Most exciting driver to watch in the series.
Me, 100%.
I disagree. I don't think it's Justin. He's just cocky.
That's a good question. I enjoy watching Levi.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, because Levi's quite enjoyable. If you want to watch somebody up front, that's enjoyable. But like midfield wise, I was definitely the most entertaining.
It's like watching Andrew Rucker. I always like watching Kyle Zimmer. Those guys have been with us for a while, and they're always fun to run about 6th to 10th usually every week and have that midfield battle going on. So, you know, you can pretty much watch through the field and you can find somebody that's entertaining. Alright, so yeah, I think Rusty just left and Jacob Plank still has some damage, so we're gonna, be down to 10 trucks, I think, total.
Well, yeah,
the race.
Yeah, you got,
Plank is
12 in here still, but yes, it'll be 10 on track.
Yeah, I think, where is Parker? I think Parker might have come and got some more tires there, so he's gonna be 8th. Alright, so we got about 15 laps to go, just more than that. Who are you going to take here?
Who do I take of the 10 trucks remaining? I think Parker Brookfield's a quick choice, but I would say Joshua Banks.
Think so?
I think Banks could definitely win this. I mean, he's led 25 laps of this race. He could definitely win this.
Yeah, from the 4th spot. You know, I'm going to go out on a little bit. I'm going to take Chad J. Frankenfield in the 15 truck to pick up his 2nd win of the season.
Well, it's risky, but hey, I applaud it. I like it.
My man Frankenfuck. I don't even remember who told me that. I love it because Chad's such a nice guy. Like, he's a school teacher. Like, why I don't get it, but whatever. Levi is again taking the outside line. There might be something to that none of us know. Yeah, there he is again on the big jump. Just gotta be careful with the lane changes, but
he's maintaining his lane. Everybody's maintaining their lane on this restart. So, like, I ain't getting black flagged. It's too late in the race to do that.
Tuit trying to get that big run up off the corner. Worked well for him though. But he's on even tires except for the guys that stopped right there, which would be the 9, the 57, the 11. So I'm stuck back about 7th place.
57 out of 2 that last time. So, already up
trying the outside of Alex Bell.
Yeah, I'm watching that as well.
He's out there. Can't quite get off of 2 though.
Well, Bell's trying to make a pass on Gordon.
It all kind of stacked up a little bit. I think that Parker's good enough to go by these guys, but he's not so good that it's just going to be easy, which I think is going to be his issue. He's going to have to work too hard and not have the time for it. Chad. Oh, almost some contact there. He got up on the fence just a little bit. Banksy's going to clear him. Banksy's still got enough left. I think that takes my pick, Chad Frankenfield, out of it for the time being. About 5 truck lengths maybe between Levi and Banksy, give or take.
Yeah, you go about half a second between them right now.
Chris still made no progress from 7th. Like I said, we talked earlier. Go ahead. I was just going to say that, we talked earlier, I think that once they get spread out about 5-6 laps on the tires, it's so tough to pass unless someone makes a mistake or you just saved your tires that, it's kind of, once they get single file like this and run a few laps, you're not really going to make up a whole ton of time unless you're significantly better than the other guy.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I have 12
Absolutely.
laps remaining in this.
Absolutely. Everybody drink.
Hey, I haven't said it once.
Jim, Grant, everybody, take a drink.
Yes.
It's the sport of kings. Logan Shea going to get really close with Chad there. Trying to hang on the bottom.
Him, man.
Called his name. I mean, we called it tonight, but we haven't seen him up here in a while. Haven't gotten to talk to him. He's trying to get 3rd place here.
Yeah, Logan actually won.
Working hard on the bottom.
Logan won the one race that I missed, Indianapolis.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
It's easy to forget, I guess.
But, having another good run here tonight. Oh, big checkup back there with those guys.
Yeah, the 50's trying to make some work of the 8, but that's not happening. The 9's trying to make the 50. And the battle back here it's quite good.
9 got in the back of the 50. They had to lift just a little bit for the 8 and the 03 and a little bit of contact. Parker going to try to dive up the inside of Alex. He's going to make that work on the bottom. If he can get off the corner is the question. Can't do it on the bottom that time. Alex Bell's going to clear him back off of turn 4. Another big run for Logan there. The bottom.
Yeah, but Shea's not going to get that one done.
App is closing up front. Banksy's just about to the back of the 97 truck.
Still actually about half a second. Yeah, he's closing in about a tenth.
Shy of a tenth of lap that last time.
Yeah. About a tenth of lap quicker, so.
Yeah, those guys back about 4th spot continue to be stacked up.
Yeah, the 9 tries to go to the outside of the 50 and loses a ton of momentum trying to do that.
Extreme outside. I think the outside might work for Parker. That's just, that the Matt Kenseth line isn't really going to work here. Not in these trucks, at least. I don't think they have enough power for that. But we'll try it.
Didn't Matt Kenseth go into the barrels here?
The barrels here in the Trace race in 2004, yes. I like to prefer to talk about his 3 wins here, but what do I know?
I'm just saying, I mean...
He did go into the barriers while leading on a pit stop at about lap 300 here in 2004. Yes, he did.
Okay. And
I blame them having a dirty apron.
Okay. I was just going to say, and what did you contribute that to? But yeah. Fair enough, you answered that without me asking.
But like 70. Not at all. We got 3 minutes to finish this thing before Jeddah's. Everybody hurry up and then we'll do some quick interviews, and I'm definitely not going to make it, so that's not going to happen.
Yes, I would say you're not going to make it, and you'll live.
Yeah. 5 laps to go. Still about 3.5 tenths from Levi to Banksy. Get 4th spot with Logan and Josh Gordon and Alex Bell.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Everybody else is starting to close in on the back of Parker. I think he got in the wall off of turn 4 a couple laps ago, and that's allowed Joshua Clark and Jesse Pierce to catch up to him. Who we didn't see here tonight is Corey Walters. He's been in a lot of these races. We talked about his top 10 streak earlier in the year, but he is not here tonight. I didn't even think about that till just now, so going to lose some points in the race for the top 5 of the championship.
He probably has something come up.
Well, that's not an excuse. When you're the most consistent driver in the field, you find a way. It's on your phone. But you'll do 3 FPS on your phone.
3 FPS. Isn't that what you did on your
Porsche
computer?
tractor, speaking full jokes. I'm still waiting on that Porsche tractor. Remember that? Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still waiting on that.
I know.
That would be new fun truck series. Porsche tractors.
Heck yeah, dude. Get farming simulator. We can start a league. We can start racing on there.
We can repave Atlanta.
Let's get farming simulator and we'll just race tractors all day.
The flag is up here for Levi. Still about half a second back to Joshua Banks. Not a whole lot of challenge. The challenge is for third between Chad and Logan. He drove it off into turn one, trying to make something happen on the last lap.
Yeah, I've been watching that battle as it was ongoing, and Logan Shea. So this is gonna be his last attempt at trying to get a top 3, get a podium.
Backed up his entry. Let's see if he can get a nice exit. Levi Zielinski's gonna win at Dover. Good run for all those guys. Great run for Logan Shea and Joshua Gordon up in the top 5. Congrats to them. Oh, spin after the race. It's Parker and Clark. All the dead.
All the dead.
Levi, another big win here.
Yeah, Levi with a great win, of course. I mean, it's...
You can see some good burnouts.
It's true. Participation trophy.
Right, participation trophies for everybody because that's all we do here. All right, where is my man Levi Zielinski? In the chat. There he is. All right, let's pull him in here once and see if he can get his mic working. Hey, Justin Krasneski in the booth, you got me.
Yep, I got you.
You had your mic muted.
Got me?
Can you hear Justin, or?
Yeah, I can hear him. He just has his mic muted for a sec. But anyway, so, you know, tell me about tonight, Levi. Obviously, you guys had a good truck. Started towards the back. Made a 2-tire call early to got you some track position, and then, you know, a couple things went your way on some restarts and stuff like that. But able to drive it to victory lane and pick up a good number of points, obviously, with Banksy and Adams not running with you, obviously. Adams going out, and then Chad running back in the 3rd spot. Obviously, winning is the best way to gain points. So tell me about what it was like tonight for your 97 truck.
Yeah, kind of crazy start. Messed up, had a bad qualifier, so we had to start in the rear. I don't even know where we started. I think 13th or 12th. This race last season, we had a really good shot at winning. Unfortunately, last lap going into turn 3, me and Adams got together, and I mean, we both see different opinions on it, but honestly, to come back this year and have another good truck and actually bring home the win this time is pretty awesome. I mean, I haven't asked for nothing better but this truck this week, so it's pretty awesome to have.
Yeah, just 4 races left here, obviously, in the Elite Truck Series, and we talked about the points a little bit. At what point do you start looking more towards Gateway and, you know, not making mistakes versus just chasing wins, or do you keep chasing wins and hoping that you don't make any mistakes? And obviously the best way, like I said, to get points is to win races.
I think the next 4 races that we have, I mean, top 5s is what we're going to have to do. Chad's running consistent. I mean, Banks is running consistent right now. So, unfortunately, it's going to take top 5s, and almost at this point, it's going to have to take wins. I would honestly say out of the next 4 races, I'd say half of them will be won by one of us 3. I mean, you got to win to win this, I think, at this point. So, I mean, we're looking at Darlington. Darlington's a good track for us. Michigan's kind of a haywire. I'm not sure what to expect, but Gateway I've ran pretty good with different cars. So I mean, that's a really good chance for us to possibly win. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna come back. I think it's gonna come down to the last race at this point.
Yeah, of course. You know, we always look forward to you, and we always talked earlier about how you're one of the most fun guys to watch on track. Who do you got to thank for bringing that 97 truck to the track this week?
I just got to thank my sponsors, Speed Energy and my team, Rebel Racing. I mean, we wouldn't be at this point with our top drivers sitting 1-2 in points and then having a 1-3 finish. I mean, that's all you got. You got the support from them. I mean, support from my fellow drivers and the people I race with, like you and Vic. I mean, without you guys' support, we wouldn't be where we're at. And I mean, that's all I got to thank, man.
All right. Thanks, Levi. Congrats on the win tonight, and we'll see you next week.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
All
right, let's pull Banksy in here because I know he's going to have a lot to say. We should
actually go through the results first before we
Oh, yeah, let's do that. That's fine.
So we, yeah, you got Levi Zielinski winning, Joshua Banks, Chad Frankenfield, Logan Shea, Joshua Gordon being the top 5, Alex Bell, Parker Brookfield, Joshua Clark, Jesse Pearson, Liam Cullen rounding up the top 10. Oop, that's the wrong button.
11th is going to be Jacob Plank. Of course, all these trucks had damage or went out in accidents earlier in the race. Rusty Capel is going to be 12th. Connor Hale, his first start with us, is going to be 13th. Yusuf Ghali had some sort of issue earlier. He's going to run 14th. Joshua Adams, of course, we saw his wreck on the backstretch, is going to be 15th. Rough points tonight for the 88 guys. We talked to Logan Simmons. He's going to run 16th tonight. Brian Long, another issue with Simmons. Of course, he's going to run 17th. Andrew Rucker, 18th. And Kyle Zimmer is going to round up 19th.
Yeah, and the rest of the field, of course, didn't start. Nobody else started the race, and yeah, now we can see if we can get more interviews in with Gordon or with Banks and Frankenfield.
Justin Krasneski up in the booth. You got me.
I got you.
All right, I know you guys led a lot of laps tonight, over 20 laps in that 36 truck, and ran second. Pretty good night. I know you wanted to win the race, and obviously with Levi and Chad running up at the front, it's not really a points gain or a points loss or anything like that. But tell me a little bit about how your night went, trying to battle the 9 truck and then trying to battle Chad at the end, and ultimately run second place.
Well, I just wish I could have gotten a win. Essentially, I felt like I had a good truck to be up in the front. I just needed more time. I needed good green flag runs, and we never got them. That long run is what I was hoping for. But we tried, and at least we finished, and that's the main point. We didn't lose anything out of it, so I can't take bad out of it.
Yeah, of course, we talk basically every week. We've seen you now for the last couple of weeks, running very strong, running the front, leading laps. But like I talked about, when the other guys that you're battling for the championship run first and third right with you, I mean, what do you got to take for tonight other than the points? Is just trying to, shoot for wins at this point, or what's up with you with the rest of the season, these last 4 races?
I'm going to win. I'm going to do my best to win as many races as I can. Second place ain't enough, because if you're second, you're the first loser, so that's how I think.
I feel you, man. Who do you got to thank for bringing that 36 to the track this week?
My teammates SWA supporting me through this time, and hopefully we come out and get ourselves a championship.
All right, thanks, Banks. Yeah, appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you next week.
All right, buddy.
All right, Chad popped in. Let's see what Chad said. I can't wait for this one. Ed Frankenfield, Justin Krasneski, you got me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an eventful night for you guys at sometimes. Some issues, a little bit of contact on track with a couple guys, hit the wall a few times, unfortunately, but still managed to come home third. Unfortunately, the 2 guys that you're mainly battling for the championship ran first and second, of course. So tell me about your night on the 15 truck.
It was pretty good. The first, I would say, 75 laps, I felt like I was probably a second or third place, and that was probably it. And then the end of the race there, I really felt comfortable just holding the bottom. And I really thought I had a shot at it, and I just pushed it too hard. It is what it is. I'll take P3. The thing with Banks is if I can just keep notching these top 3 and top 5 finishes, even if he runs up in front of me, it's going to be really hard for him to jump ahead. It's really, at this point, Levi, he's definitely shrank the gap big time. I think he's probably only 5 or 6 back now. So we'll see. I mean, I can't. Neither of us can afford a DNF, so I'm just glad I was able to finish third and go on to Charlotte next week, where I won the preseason race. So I'm feeling pretty good at Charlotte. So hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the guys that you're battling in the points. Obviously, with everybody running so strong at this point of the season, running up front week in and week out, like you talked about, you're just shooting for top 5s at this point, or are you more looking at no mistakes and just being consistent wherever you finish is what you got that night?
I mean, really, I'm shooting for top 5s, and to be honest with you, like tonight, I felt I was a little bit stronger than Levi throughout the night, and I felt like if I could get there, I could probably get him. But like I said, it is what it is. I pushed it too hard. Just lucky I got to come on P3, and we'll see. I mean, Charlotte, it's gonna be tough. I did some laps at Darlington the other night. I should be all right there. But Michigan, again, it's just going to be one of those races where everybody's going to be just there, and then Gateway. We'll see. I've never turned a lap there in the truck, so we'll have to do some practice. But I still feel confident that I can, do what I need to do. I've been consistent all season with just keeping the 4 tires on it and finishing races. So hopefully that's enough right at this point. But obviously, if I can get a win, that'll really help out as well.
As always, man, who you got to thank for bringing that 15 truck to the track and making it run so good?
Just thanks to JoinAPS for sponsoring the series. Thank you to Levi for letting me run with Rebel. It was fun racing with him tonight for sure, and I expect to be a lot more of that here in the future. But can't count Banks out right now, and even though Adams had a rough night, he can bounce back and ring off a couple wins. So it's not over yet. It's gonna be a real tight finish.
All right, Chad. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, Vic. Obviously Dover was tonight, and what do you think we saw other than pretty much the best guys in the field run up front?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely saw less issues than I think either of us expected.
We saw a little bit of issues. We saw some issues about mid-race between the 75 and the 88. We saw some people spin off turn 2. A little bit of restart issues with some people getting black flags and stuff. But I think a lot of that's all just, Dover. And Dover's kind of a hectic place. But like you said, I think we saw a pretty smooth race tonight, all told.
Yeah, I completely agree. Smooth race. It's a great race, actually.
All right. Going to, I forget already, Charlotte. I know Chad just said Charlotte, right?
Yeah, I think it's Charlotte.
It's the normal one, right? Not the Roval?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
I wish it was the Roval.
Of course, we
That'd
gotta think.
I'd love that.
I wish it was a Roval too, because I would love to run that, but that's okay. We gotta thank, of course, JoinAPS for being the sponsor. Of course, we miss you, Chris. Come back soon. Chad, of course, for putting this on, sponsoring this, being the presenter of all this, the Elite Leagues, of course. Everybody that we puts this on, and everybody for coming out and racing every week. I think we get to see great shows every week, and I know we enjoy it, and I know that we get to learn a lot about racing from a perspective, and hopefully we help everybody out. I think, thank you, Jim and Grant, for hopping in the chat and talking with us throughout the race. Enjoyed it greatly, enjoyed chatting with y'all, answering some questions, and getting to talk to some people. So the whole package, can't make it happen without you. So until next week at Charlotte, I'm Justin Krasneski for Vic Bloom. We'll see you next week.